right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
We started off this morning in the 60s and we didn't get up that much higher throughout the day. What we reached today and why it's just a sign of things to come ahead.
Perfect harmony. The New Music Festival bringing diverse music lovers together while bringing in thousands of dollars. First tonight, new restrictions just hours away on transgender health care in Missouri.
I know that more families will leave.
And it has some saying, show me the door out of the show me state. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon. Mike Bush is on assignment. We'll check in with him shortly. Tomorrow morning, a Missouri law banning minors from receiving gender-affirming care will go into effect. The new law also impacts some adults. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, joins us now with a renewed push to stop the ban.
Brent, good evening. Missouri is one of at least 22 red states to limit or ban gender-affirming care for minors. Courts have stopped or paused those bans from taking effect in several states, but allowed the ban here. Trans advocates, including parents with trans kids, describe Missouri's ban as one of the most severe and extreme in the nation.
Attorney General Andrew Bailey celebrated a Missouri court ruling Friday that said a new law titled Save Adolescents from Experimentation, or the SAFE Act, can go into effect.
I want Missouri to be the safest state in the nation for children, and that's what that's all about.
But trans teens under 18 aren't the only patients impacted by new changes in the law.
My biggest concern is for trans adults who are needing this medication and who cannot afford it.
Missouri lawmakers also banned doctors from prescribing cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, or gender reassignment surgery to adult patients who get their health insurance or medical care from the state.
Prisoners who are receiving hormones right now, it would detransition them, and that's very harmful.
Renee Friels went with her teen trans daughter to see their family pediatrician and followed the doctor's guidance on how to start that transition process. She said the state's new ban on trans care will push other families in their position out of Missouri.
Many of our families have already left the state, and it has broken our hearts to watch them leave. We've packed boxes. We've actually participated in U-Haul packing and watching them leave.
Promo Missouri's executive director Katie Erker-Lynch said the fight is far from over, adding it is now up to providers, clinicians, and the attorneys at their clinics and hospitals to decide how much risk they're willing to take on. In the Friday court ruling, Judge Stephen Omer wrote, "The science and medical evidence is conflicting and unclear." That's a claim Promo Missouri Board Secretary Arrow Royston called completely false, writing, "Every major medical association in the U.S. supports gender-affirming health care as the standard of care." In a scathing statement to the governor and attorney general, Erker-Lynch wrote, "You have blood on your hands," and said, "You have manipulated systems, grossly overreached your positions, and put your own insecurities and greed for power in front of life-saving medicine for children and low-income Missourians."
Lawmakers will likely take this issue up again in August of 2027, if not sooner, when the ban is scheduled to expire. Trans advocates at Promo Missouri also plan to organize a push calling for patients across the state to come forward and start telling their stories more loudly starting tomorrow.
Mark Maxwell reporting. Well, another new law is going to affect in the Show Me State. Starting tomorrow, the hands-free law will ban all drivers from using their cell phones while behind the wheel. Hands-free phone calls and navigation are still allowed. For now until January 2025, police will only give out warnings. After that, fines will start at $150. Some sad news tonight from the Lake of the Ozarks. We're learning a Metro East toddler drowned this morning near the Grand Glaze Arm in Camden County. Authorities say a 2-year-old boy from Fairview Heights wandered away from his family. His body was later found in the water. Tonight, we're learning a North County co-op officer suffered serious injuries during a traffic stop. A second officer has minor injuries from a crash on eastbound 70 near Jennings Station Road last night. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says 2 officers were outside of their patrol car when a driver lost control and hit both of them. The driver was arrested for DWI. Tonight, a 20-year-old man is in police custody accused of shooting at 2 St. Louis officers in South City. This happened around 12:30 this morning near Christie and Kings Highway in the Bevo neighborhood. According to St. Louis police, the suspect fired several shots towards them with a handgun that had an extended magazine. The officers were not hurt. The man arrested a short time later near the intersection of Alfred and Itasca. More fallout expected at Jennings City Hall tomorrow. The city council is expected to give a no confidence vote to Mayor Gary Johnson. 5 council members sent him a letter last week claiming he's abusing his power, forced employees to resign, and violated the Sunshine Law several times. Mayor Johnson has not commented. A pretty large crowd tonight over at Enterprise. Thousands of Jonas Brothers fans are packing the seats as we speak. St. Louis is the latest stop for the Brotherly Band's Year 3000 tour. Well, other big music acts are in town, including Ice Cube and Brandi Carlile, who took the stage about 40 minutes ago as the final act of the inaugural Evolution Festival. Our Laura Bercheski is live in Forest Park, where that 2-day music fest brought out thousands. Laura.
It did, Brent. Evolution Festival has been a big success for the city, bringing people together and also giving a good economic boost to the city. They hope will come back year after year.
You better check yourself or you wreck yourself.
Thousands of people filled Forest Park for the very first 2-day Evolution Festival, featuring artists like the Black Keys, Ice Cube, and Brandi Carlile.
You have the different types of music that they have here is bringing out a whole just big group of diverse people, and I'm loving the outfits and the hairstyles, tattoos, like it's great. I love it.
It's one of the first major music festivals in the city since Lou Fest called it quits in 2018, bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And I got 600 people working here. Besides that, we have employment taxes, we have sales taxes. We'll do, 7 figures in concession sales, 7 figures in ticket sales. So just the taxes alone for the state and the city are great.
Festival goers say they loved all of the local restaurants and bars with booths at the event, allowing them to support their own community.
And I've actually never been to anything quite like this in St. Louis before, so it's really been a lot of fun. The variety of the acts, the entertainment, the food, the drinks, everything, it's been amazing.
Evolution Festival co-producer Steve Shankman says he hopes to bring this festival back year after year.
Greater St. Louis did a survey. They said we need a festival. Tashara Jones, the mayor, said this is a gift to St. Louis. Greater St. Louis said it's a way to put cultures together for a great time.
Festival goer Chi-Chi McDonald says this is really what St. Louis needed.
And the fact that, because we're so used to stuff having violence and stuff, everybody is happy, getting along.
I would absolutely come back year after year. It really has been a really good event, and I can't wait. I hope they do it again next year.
Brandi Carlile is wrapping up her set now, and the co-producer says that he really is committed in bringing this back year after year with the same artist diversity and similar big names that started off this inaugural festival that they hope will have a lasting legacy here in Forest Park. Reporting live in St. Louis, Laura Bercheski, 5 on your side.
Well, thousands of IndyCar fans showed up at the Worldwide Technology Raceway this afternoon, all for the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. Scott Dixon took the checkered flag, ending Joseph Newgarden's winning streak at the racetrack in Madison. Before the race, sports director Frank Cusimano took the weather-first storm tracker around the oval for an honorary lap. He'll have much more on the race later on Sports Plus. Well, it was a big night for 5 on your side. Thanks to you, we were able to give a considerable donation to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. And the host of our show of strength, of course, Mike Bush, who joins us now live from Grant's Farm. How did we do, Mike?
Well, I say it every year, Brent, but the St. Louis area has some of the most generous people in the world. Once again, they came through for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Thanks to our viewers, we were able to raise more than $230,000. Now, this, of course, is a cause that is very near and dear to our heart because muscular dystrophy is really just an umbrella term for more than 40 neuromuscular diseases. Most of them are deadly. But going back to the days of Jerry Lewis, St. Louisans have always come through for their friends and for their neighbors. And the exciting thing is, what we did tonight will help with exciting new research and treatments that will make a difference in so many lives. And it's our hope that we won't have to do this telethon sometime in the not too distant future. I especially want to thank our amazing crew, plus my co-hosts tonight, Ann Allred, Rennie Knott, and Scott Connell, who always come through for a great cause. And of course, most of all, we want to thank you, the viewer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brent.
And Mike, we thank you and all of our incredible crew members out there, as well as all of our 5 on Your Side viewers.